All right, let's ride. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. This is Mr. O here. My apologies for not being up early this morning, but I'm coming to you live, and I'm out and about, out here on the streets, on the block. But I'm just gonna make this thing a little bit more quick, as some more interesting stuff that came across on my news feed as early as this morning, and as well as over the weekend. Now, if you joined by the picture, you're just joining my station here or just tuning in, you can look right now and you can see for yourself that the picture happened to be the quote unquote the Plantation Celebration Award trophy or Coon Train Award. Now, as of late, like I said, you're gonna have more and more of these buck dance, these coons coming out the woodwork. As of recent right now, old punk ass Dr. Phil, he ain't even really no doctor. He ain't got no certification like that. Phil McGraw was on The View the other day, I think this morning maybe, and they were talking about with Colin Kaepernick, with the quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, who, by the way, they play tonight, Monday Night Football game against the Los Angeles Rams, the recently returned LA Rams. And he basically was on The View on there with them bunch of doggone, them couple of bed wenches, Whoopi Goldberg and Raven Simone. And he threw some shade at Colin Kaepernick and all that. Talking on that, I ain't really got the audio from the video to hear right now because I'm on location, so I can't really give it to you right now. But that may just happen as I speak. But he is saying, like, he's standing there saying, calling Kaepernick disloyal. And things he's saying. Now, if you want to hear the whole audio, go to Kimberly Frazier station, my good friend Kimberly Frazier, who got Spreaker as well, and she gives a more in-depth of what this old backwood hillbilly, redneck hillbilly, Billy South Rural Georgia motherfucker said. And this ain't no disrespect to the people that's the good people that stay out in rural Georgia, because I'm saying my bloodline is traced back to Georgia too. On my daddy's side, God bless, rest in paradise. But for years, I've always said this for a very long time about Phil McGraw. He was always, to me, a suspected white supremacist. I don't care how you put it. You could get out there and put a spin on it and all this. And he got the nerve to come out there and talk, saying that, well, Colin Kaepernick is being disloyal. And I understand what he's trying to protest and trying to say. I say, wait a minute. How you gonna say he's being disloyal, but you saying you trying to understand? You understand what he say? See, he tripping over his own words. See, this is why I tell you, like, when it comes down to these, as my friend the Jedi would say, these old racist devils. This is how you can tell they live in a world of contradiction. They can't even bring it to themselves when you bring up the subject of race. Or they can't even sit down and talk about it. He's dancing around the damn thing. Much as, dancing around the damn thing. But, that's why I don't have a TV. That's why I don't like even Dr. Phil, because, man, fuck Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil about that bullshit. And yes, he's a coon too. He's just of the Caucasian persuasion. Don't get it twisted. And speaking of coons, now I know that Taurine Rain and Irv Griffin, they already went in on this fat, burnt up 49-year-old sports writer that looked like a burnt version of the Michelin Tire Man, or the Stay Puft. He looked more like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters, to be honest with you. And I'm talking about Jason Whitlock. He also threw shade at Colin Kaepernick as well, and had the nerve is you have a harder chance of going ahead and getting killed by cops Um, where this Bedrock Fred Flintstone, Barney Rubble looking motherfucker, where he been at? You know, I'm not even finna go ahead and go in on him like I want to, because I think my two colleagues have already done that already, and I'm waiting for Mr. Superboy to go to turn it up too. So you know, the hell with Jason Whitlock. He's never been nothing. He's never been a nobody. Because when I first heard the name, I'm thinking of the Whitlock that used to play for the Dallas Cowboys, and I said like he ain't letting no football players. So I let him go back because his name struck a chord. Yeah, that's right. Jason Whitlock, he's a sports writer. You 49 years old. Of all people, you should know more better about that. You know, it's amazing to me, and I'm going to jump on this last one too. The last one, as you see at the title of my podcast, but I'm going to jump on that fuck boy too. You know, he should know better than not get out there to talk about he never experienced police brutality. Bullshit. Total bullshit. See, he sounded like a 100-pound version of David Clark, or sheriff, the sheriff of Nutsville, David Clark. You know, so fuck Jason Whitlock, man. You know, this motherfucker, that's the most asinine thing I've ever heard him say. You know, these two guys, and along with Tank, who recently tried to throw shade on Chris Brown, in case y'all haven't heard, and Mr. Earl Griffin had already talked about it, and I want to talk about it. Y'all know Chris Brown at a basketball charity game, when they was singing the Pledge of Allegiance, he sat down. And I'm gonna tell you like that, I've always, regardless what he's been through from the Rihanna thing on back, I've always been an ardent supporter of Chris Brown, and still continue to be. You know, although some of the people that he's got around in his circle, I do question, and I think he need to go ahead and excommunicate some of them fuckers. But I've always supported Chris Brown, and I'll continue to support Chris Brown. And this is a time here I'm looking like, yes. And then here you got puss-ass Tank comes out, and when he be interviewed, he try to act like it's a joke, but he too try to throw shade at Chris Brown too as well. He try to throw shade at Chris Brown as well. You know, I just really don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that know me, and on a personal level and on a professional level, one thing I don't like brown noses. I don't like buck dancing, butt licking Negroes. I don't like these Sambos. I swear, I can't stand them. You know, they got that mentality, like, you know, when Master gets sick and they'd be the first ones to come out and say, "Oh, we sick, boss?" Yeah. So you can add those two, the two previous, the previous and the current, onto that "we sick boss" crew, along with Shaq, along with Victor Coons, along with Jerry Rice, along with Rodney Harrison, along with Ray Coon Lewis, who trying to be a wannabe Martin Luther King, along with Stephen A. Smith, and a whole bunch of these other inbred, Cam Newton too, much as I hate to even say that, you know. And I agree with Kimberly on one thing. I agree with Kimberly Frazier. Me personally, I would love to go ahead and just firebomb or napalm a lot of them motherfuckers. Because they show me not only they just a detriment to us as a people, but they also a detriment, not just these Negroes, these coons, but also these bed wenches too. But I'm just speaking on the coon, the male part on top of that. They're not even men. You know, they got no backbone, they got no nuts whatsoever. And on top of that, on a serious note, like, I'm gonna jump on it. I'm gonna take a page from Professor True. Jerry Rice is forever, his legacy is forever tarnished for him throwing shade at Kaepernick too, when Kaepernick doing what he doing. Because when he had a chance to stand up and be a man and go ahead and support him, but see, when the pressure came on, I guess he didn't want to upset his white golfing buddies. He cowered up and went back into his hole like a worm. And I said it. Shoot, I don't give a flying fuck how many Super Bowl MVPs you got, or how many rings you got, or Hall of Fame this, Hall of Fame that. Yeah, you may have been a boss on that gridiron, but in real life, as an individual, as a person, as a man, he absolutely sucks ass. You know, and these three chowderheads that I was just talking about, you know, Phil McGraw, who y'all want to call him a doctor, what a joke. Shoot. Jason Whitlock and Tank, especially Tank. Tank, you shouldn't even be talking. You haven't been relevant since the 90s, okay? So, you know, so nobody don't even buy your damn albums no more. That's like the same way I called out Fat Joe, who he cooning too. And he failed to realize that this country hasn't been too kind to his ethnicity as well. So I don't even know why he even saying that. That's a stupid shit what he said. And then, you know, they're gonna try to get out there and try to use the claim on Ku Klux, like Phil McGraw said, somebody saying a disrespect to the military. I say, how is Colin Kaepernick disrespect military? He's never mentioned that. I wish these guys, you could tell that his sorry white behind has failed tremendously in reading comprehension. I mean, seriously. You know, but the thing is, you know, Colin got these boys shook. And yesterday when I watched some of the games, I didn't watch some of the games due to the fact that, you know, I had my hands full. But I did see some of the pictures, and I could be proud as being a local born and bred person here in Miami, and I'm not a Dolphin fan, you know, but I say kudos to those Dolphin players who, if they listening to this, kudos to you guys for standing up and being men and doing what's right. Kudos to the players from the New England Patriots, the Tennessee Titans, and the one guy from the Kansas City Chiefs. Because I'm a very firm believer, ardent believer, if you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything. Because I told you, like I put on my previous podcast, that their national anthem should be abolished just as much as the Confederate rag, and fuck the U.S. rag at that. Now, I know yesterday y'all they're talking about with 9/11 this, 9/11 that. Man, fuck that. A lot of people don't fail to realize that when it comes down to 9/11, man, shoot, they pulled the wool over y'all behinds 15 years ago, and y'all still don't get it. But I'm not here to talk about 9/11. You know, y'all have your own say-so on that. Yeah, so, you know, that's my little rant or whatever like that. Whatever you think about it, I want to hear from y'all. Go out there into the comment section and let me know what y'all think or what's y'all opinion on it and all that, because like I said, you know, the thing is open for dialogue, but I'm telling you like that, but I'm also expecting the trolls to show they behind out too. But you know what these trolls from Stormfront or whatever they can do, I know how to deal with you behind, so I'm not even worrying about you. But this your main man here. This the official coon hunter, coon slayer. Yeah, that's right. You know what I'm saying? And Willie D, if you listening to this, brother, like I said, yeah, you know, I've been on that. I'm on that coon hunting team too. So it's open season on coons right now. On coons and dead winches, straight up. And I got a few people on my coon watch list. And I'm not finna mention it here. But leave your comments in the comment section, or if you want to download this episode, go to my Spreaker channel, The Amazing Show, or you can do it, type in Mr. O and you can download it right there. This your main man, this the official Coon Hunter, Coon Slayer, that rider, Mr. O, signing off.